Alright, so a lot of people have been asking how we actually built Tizzle. The tech behind it, the tools we used, and everything works behind the scenes. And I'm going to be real with you. But before I say it, I just want to let you know, we still work very, very diligently on this app. Okay? But we didn't build this the traditional way. You see, modern technology is adapting so much to the point where, why would we? It's a waste of time, you can't get work done as quickly, and the end platform at the end will basically be the exact same as if you were to do it yourself, and it's still free to do, and you get to focus more on the complex tasks. I could have built the whole thing myself, but I didn't decide to do that because I wanted to get everything up and running as fast as I could, focus on getting the database started, which was a real hurdle, a headache, and a lot of manual work that I had to prepare for. We used AI for like 90%. Yes, 90% of the development. Not because we were lazy, not because we didn't know how to do the work, but because it let us move insanely fast. And you know what they say, the main principle in business is speed, efficiency, fast. Same goes for building a platform like ours. We want our users to immediately be able to access cross-posting, have access to posts from every social media platform, all in one centralized place. This is our mission. Today I'm going to show you the real story, how we started on dyad, what dyad is, why we got fed up with it, and how and why we migrated to windsurf, how SupaBase became our backend, and how the whole platform works under the hood. Okay, so hold on just a minute. Let's start from the beginning and take a rewind. So, let's move into the dyad phase, where Tizzle started. You're probably asking, how did we accomplish this in the first place? Well, like I mentioned earlier, we didn't start all this by writing code. We worked on a tool called dyad. dyad is built by an independent developer that had one simple goal. His mission was to make app making easier for people like me who want to make their own apps. And that's the tool we started on for AI-powered automation, to make it easier for us to focus on the projects that we want to implement, the things that we want to work on, and the new features they want to do. Because, as we all know, spending a lot of time on code takes away from the other things that you could be spending time on to make the experience better for all your users. And I want to be clear, Tizzle itself is not an automation tool. It uses some automation tools, not many, but Tizzle's a social media platform. We just used dyad in the early days because it let us prototype features fast without building a full backend. It was basically our shortcut for test ideas. Later on, however, about a month in, we did sign up for a SupaBase account. Here is our SupaBase dashboard. Now, the next point, what is SupaBase exactly? Well, this is very important, so you're going to want to listen because we cover a lot of information in this next section. SupaBase is our backend. Every app needs a backend and a front end to be functionally accessible to its users.
Most users of app runs
the
without
front end allows you to send requests to the backend. The backend then processes those requests for the user. So for our backend, like I mentioned, we use SupaBase. But however, SupaBase isn't only a backend, you see. It's also a security information event management tool. It can show ongoing risks, potential threats, and vulnerabilities that we need to conquer to make our platform be safe for everyone that is using it. Up here, you can see some examples of graphs of how SupaBase shows these issues. Okay, just because we covered SupaBase and dyad does not mean that those are the only tools to make up Tizzle platform. There is one key platform that we forgot to mention that's very critical. We haven't talked about it yet. This is Netlify. Before we used Netlify, our site was basically stuck on a local address. Looks something like this. This means only we could access it on our computers, on our network. No one else in the internet could see Tizzle no matter what we built, no matter how good our platform was. So obviously, we had to fix that. It was like having a social media platform locked inside a single laptop that only you have access to. Or it's like saying that your house key can't be accessed from the public. Anyways, Netlify fixes that. When we deploy through Netlify, they give us a free subdomain that looks like this. Ours is tizzle.netlify.app. You see the .netlify before the app? That's a subdomain. A subdomain is basically two domains mashed into one URL. It's basically using their domain that's already built for ourselves to host a server under it. And this is the bridge between this only works on my computer and this is a real platform people can actually use. You see, at first, we also only had our code on our computer. But of course, this is going to be a problem. If we have the website hosted to the internet, and then we had dyad make the app, there's nothing there to put on the site. So for this, we're using Netlify's built-in feature, which I'm going to move over here so you can see. But Netlify's built-in feature allows you to click this GitHub button, which you see on Netlify's site, select your repository, and then be set to go straight away. This is what we did to allow the code to be on the site. Next up, I'm going to show you how we exactly managed to use dyad, how the program works, and how you guys can set up your own app yourself. So let's get to it. Step 1. You gotta make sure that you have dyad opened up on your computer, just like we have opened right now. See right here, you can type in a prompt. Well, in this part up here where you type in a prompt, we're just gonna do something simple, okay? Let's say, for example, create me a search engine, a web browser app based on Chrome that allows for custom wallpaper customization. We're going to click on that. It's going to show building your app. As we can see, dyad is starting to build the app. It's telling us about everything right here. Just everything about the whole description, everything we need to know, errors that might occur, etc. This is very important information for when building an app. But it's going ahead, it's building the components for us right now. I have encountered issues before where you've had to build components manually because the system would frig it up, but hopefully that doesn't happen in this exemplar. So we're going to click accept. As you can see, it shows the error right here. You can tell the AI to fix this error. If it has problems fixing it, what I would usually do is go to a tool like Claude, for example. Because Claude can help fix up any issues that may occur in making the app. Without further ado, let's just click Fix Error with AI, and let's see if this can fix it. As we can see, it did successfully fix the error. So I'm going to open up the preview more so you guys can see it. So as you can see, we have our little search engine here. This is our example. So like, So theoretically, yeah, this could work theoretically, right? But obviously we haven't configured this app enough to make it work. But that's basically how this program works. So yeah, it's good to know. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing we are going to talk about is SupaBase. How you can create an account, how you can set up your dashboard, and how you can get everything up and running in one place. Let's get started. Okay, now, step 1 in setting up SupaBase. Type in your search engine supabase.com/dashboard/signin or just supabase.com. Then click sign up. Then, once you've done that, you will then be on the SupaBase. Hold on. You'll be then be on the SupaBase dashboard. Which once you're on the SupaBase dashboard, we are going to go ahead and click the following: continue with GitHub, continue with SSO, or sign up button for you guys, which would be down here. Let's do this. So I'm just going to sign in since I already have an account. Just going to quickly type in my email. Okay, I have it stored in my password manager, I think, so I gotta just grab it from my password manager. There we go. Then once you have your account created or you're signed into your existing account, you're going to shit, hold on, I forget my password for some reason. Try this one. Yes, okay, I got the password right. Okay. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But once you're in, you are going to create a new project. So for me, I already have a new project. But for you guys, you're going to click the new project button up above. You're going to type in a name for your project. So for example, I'm just going to type in stinky shit. So then you create a password for stinky shit. So my password for stinky shit, I'm going to do type rope 76 5 exclamation mark. You can choose the region of where you want your servers to operate. This part's extremely important, so you guys are going to have to listen. It's important that you not only calculate where the server is located based on where your users are located, but based on where you're located as well. You got to find a balance. You got to find like the perfect centralized location to host your single server so that anyone connecting to your platform around the world will have smooth connections, not just yourself. As you can see in the list, we have Europe, Asia, Pacific, West US, and other US locations, Ireland, Europe, etc. I would recommend to you guys, go on something like Google Maps. Check to see where your location is and what the perfect location would be in between both of those locations to find out what would be the fastest destination for everybody surrounding your area, not just yourself. For Newfoundland, this is a little bit harder, and it's also a bit harder for those that are located in places like, I don't know, New Zealand. Because you're in an island, you're separated from everybody else. But if you are near a spot in like mainland of Canada, you can easily find a server location that benefits everyone around the world, no matter where they are located. Anyways, without further ado, I would, if I were you, enable row level security on new tables in public schema if you're going to buy the SupaBase subscription. If you're not, just go ahead and click create new project. Row level security helps make enhanced security on user accounts password protection, and much more. Helps you comply with millions of governmental organizations around the world, which it's very important to comply with organizations, or you can be faced millions of dollars lawsuits. That's why our priority at Tizzle is to comply with these regulatory compliances. So, Stinky Shit's created. We have a SupaBase URL for Stinky Shit, okay? If you're linking anything to SupaBase, you're going to take that SupaBase URL and you're going to plug it into the other thing. But in integrations, what I will suggest to you guys too is in integrations and project settings. The first and foremost thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is I'm not going to run you through everything, but I'll tell you how to set up your public URL because I feel like this is very important. In here, you can see it says public URL is HTTP localhost 3000. Localhost, which we discussed earlier, is only available to you, no one else on the internet. We need to make this into a public-facing link that people can access from anywhere around the world. A simple way you can do this is go on to Netlify, go to sign up, create a new project, either link your GitHub or start from scratch, get your link, and then put your Netlify link inside of here. Like for us, for example, after we've created our Netlify project, ours was tizzle.netlify.app. Then you would click Save Changes. Another thing to consider as well is sign-in providers. I found this pretty hard to set up at first, but it's actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it. In sign-in providers, you have a centralized location. You could set up signing in with, say for example, GitHub, Facebook, Discord, Azure, which is Microsoft, Twitch, etc. This is important because lots of users are lazy. Lots of people would love to be able to click one button and sign into your platform. So I would highly recommend setting this up. It doesn't take very long. All you need to do is go into Twitter, developer dashboard if you're doing Twitter. Sign up for a developer account, get your client ID, your client secret, and put both of those in these boxes. Click on Twitter enabled, and you can choose whether you want to allow users to sign up without providing an email afterwards or not. Then you just click the save button, and then you have your sign-in enabled. Of course, once you do this, you're going to also have to go in dyad. You're going to have to edit your app. You're going to have to tell the AI to make a button that allows you to be redirected to the link corresponding to your sign-in provider. That way you can sign in. Anyways, that's all for this step. If you guys made it this far, I'm sure you're doing great and I'm sure you've learned a lot. So, let's move forward. Thank you guys for watching so far. And guys, that's actually all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Hope this video was helpful in teaching you guys how you can create your own app today, whether you're using AI or whether you're doing it from scratch. Be sure to subscribe if this video was helpful. Be sure to like this video if it was helpful. Be sure to dislike this video if you disliked it. And be sure to share this video to a friend so they can know how to build their own app as well, especially if they've been wanting to for a long time. Be sure to drop your video suggestions in the comments if you have any for me. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye, guys. See you in the next one.